Welcome to Justice. I'm Jeanine Pirro. Thanks for being with us tonight. In this hour, my exclusive interview with Eric and Lara Trump, plus Mark Stein, Congressman Ron DeSantis, and so much more. But first, my opening statement. Don't you love it when those so-called social justice warriors, the ones who claim moral and ethical superiority over the rest of us, the ones who chastise us because of our core American values, are hoisted on their own petard? This week, a real blockbuster as the curtain goes up on those Trump-hating, Soros-loving, socialist, condescending Hollywood glitterati for their silence, acceptance, and cover-up of one of their own, serial super-sexual predator Harvey Weinstein. Weinstein, once a famous, now infamous movie maker, accused of at least 3 rapes and continuing sexual assault and harassment of dozens of young women on 2 continents, silencing those around him with his ability to intimidate victims, pressure business associates, and buy powerful Democrats. Gee, another intersection of crime, money, power, and the Democrat Party. Weinstein gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Democrat Party, nonstop donations to Hillary Clinton, hundreds of thousands of dollars to that Clinton foundations, and reports of almost $1.5 million to the Clintons. And Hillary, the woman who created her own war room to destroy the women who accused her husband Bill of rape and sexual assault, hides for 5 days before saying she's shocked. Think of it, Hillary. Were you elected president, you could have done for your friend Harvey what your husband Bill did for his friend, that Palm Beach billionaire, convicted serial pedophile predator Jeffrey Epstein, by getting the Department of Justice, the feds, to intercede. Take those child rape cases from the Florida DA, where Epstein was facing hard time, to federal Easy Street, where he quickly got home monitoring. It could be you said nothing for 5 days because your experience with pedophiles goes deep, like when you laughed about and destroyed a 12-year-old innocent girl who was raped by 2 adult men so severely that she was in a coma for days, leaving her barren and unable to have children. Hillary, 'twasn't misogyny that killed the beast, 'twas karma. And Hillary, you actually say this in another country as if we're not gonna hear it.
We have someone admitting to being a sexual assaulter in the Oval Office. There has to be a recognition that we must stand against this kind of, action that is so sexist and misogynistic.
Hillary, the only sexual assaulter I know of in the Oval Office is your husband, the one who left his stain on a blue dress of a young intern in the White House. Are you still schizo? You know, Hillary, now that I think of it, both you and Harvey are a lot alike. Both of you addicted to a drug. Both of you love power, money, and domination. Weinstein wants to dominate Hollywood, and you want to dominate Washington. Weinstein didn't stop with you, though, also delivering $700,000 to that font of moral superiority, Barack Obama, who also took days to condemn Hollywood's open secret. Funny, none of them knew. Really, Barack. You had the FBI at your fingertips. Did you have them a little too busy going after conservatives and covering up Hillary's email scandal, too busy with politics to find a predator in their midst? And Michelle, you condemn women because we didn't listen to our inner voices and vote for your girlfriend Hillary. Where was your inner voice on the day your daughter got a job with Harvey? And Meryl Streep, another paragon of virtue, says she didn't know. and while she preaches to us at the Golden Globes about our president.
And this instinct to humiliate, when it's modeled by someone in the public platform, by someone powerful, it filters down into everybody's life because it kind of gives permission for other people to do the same thing. When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose.
Meryl, you say you didn't know? How much has your best bud Harvey added to your bank account while you stood oblivious to the victimization of young women who want to be you? How many of those young women came to you for advice, and you arrogantly condescend to lecture the rest of America about our politics? And no surprise, though, your morals are nowhere in line with ours. You openly rise to applaud a child rapist, Roman Polanski.
The Academy congratulates Roman Polanski.
And then there's tough guy Robert De Niro. I thought he was a good fella until I heard him talk about our president.
He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt, thinks he's gaming society. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face.
You don't like Donald Trump and his politics? You call him every name in the book while you're steeped knee-deep in the dirty money of Harvey Weinstein and his cash? Bob, how many of his movies have lined your bank account? You're the punk, Bob. You're the pig. You're the thug. And maybe you're just taking your roles a bit too seriously.
Look at me. Never rat on your friends, and always keep your mouth shut.
Hey, Bob.
You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're the punk. You disgust me. Folks, Hollywood's been steeped in hypocrisy for decades. As the curtain goes up on the casting couch, a.k.a. the casting bed, the town that glorifies violence, murder, and rape is the same town where centuries-old rules of women sleeping for a job is kept quiet. Actors, the ones who need to read other people's words for a living and then convince themselves that they have the moral turpitude to pontificate to the rest of us on how we should act, try to tell us how to be. And by the way, it's not over yet, folks. There's more coming. It's not just adult women. It's human trafficking. It's child sex trafficking. It's real pedophilia in a town where there are no rules, where the truth is stranger than fiction, and where fiction is based on reality. It is time for the Department of Justice to get their act in gear, start a federal criminal investigation into Harvey Weinstein, his ongoing criminal activity that no doubt has crossed state lines and continents. And that's my open. Tell me what you think on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, hashtag Judge Jeanine. All right. Joining me now to talk about all of this and more is author and columnist Mark Steyn. You know, Mark, I got to tell you, that's what I did for 30 years. I hate it when they use power and they victimize innocent victims. And this guy did it for all to see, and none of those phonies who pretend to tell us how we act as though we are inferior to them knew about it. When you've got 4 guys on the Weinstein board who resigned 4 out of 9 in days, you know there's more coming. What do you think, Mark?
And I think that's the real issue here, Judge. This guy is an evil man, a monster, and his evil goes back to the dawn of the 1980s, the beginning of his career. I think that's the earliest claim by a woman to be attacked by him is 1981 or 82. But what's at issue is the fact that he was protected by all these glamorous Hollywood figures who now claim to know nothing about him. His own company priced in the value of an assaulted woman by saying that he'd have to pay a fine of 250 grand. That's in the contract. That's what that woman's body is worth to the Weinstein board that drew that up. And you said, the only thing I disagree with in your opening statement is you said 3 rape claims. I believe it's now up to 5. 20 minutes ago, I read of a British actress, Lisette Anthony, who's just told Scotland Yard she was raped by Weinstein. You said 2 continents. I think it's actually 3. There's a model in New Zealand. He did this everywhere. He did it at the Sundance Film Festival. He did it at Cannes. He did it at Toronto. He did it at the Ritz Hotel in Paris.
This is
he did it everywhere.
International bully. And you know why I'm disappointed, Mark? I'm disappointed because the NYPD, which is a great police department, and they know that I love them. I worked with them when I was DA. They took a young girl, a young Italian, want-to-be actress, wired her up. She went to them upset. The surveillance cameras see her running out of this place where she was with Harvey Weinstein. They wire her up. She does everything she's supposed to. They take the case to the Manhattan DA after she speaks to Weinstein. She's got him dead to right. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I'm used to doing that. I'm a famous guy." And the Manhattan DA, Cyrus Vance, says, "Oh, there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough."
Yeah. And I'm sorry about this, Judge, but I do think that is that's Banana Republic political corruption. This woman, this Italian woman, was twice traumatized. The first time was when Weinstein attacked her and touched her breast, as she said. So she goes to the police and they wire her, so she has to go back and meet with him and do it all again. And then some dirty, stinking, rotten, corrupt prosecutor, having put her through that, won't actually take the case any further. And this is what is the real issue here. Until a week ago, this guy was still powerful enough to get NBC to kill jokes about what he'd done on Saturday Night Live. This guy's company is dead, you know, Judge. There's never going to be a film that says the Weinstein Company presents ever again, because that company is dirty. Going and giving your money, giving $8 to go and watch a Weinstein movie is like buying blood diamonds from the Congo or Liberia. That big glamorous Hollywood night out is paid for with physical assaults on young women all over the planet going back to 1982.
Mark Stein, there's more to come.